Welcome back to the Yo Hockey Show. Now today, / this morning, I am going to talk to you all about the newly released 2023 All-Stars for the NHL. And now I'm going to talk about the Metropolitan Division and just go over if they got it right, if they got it wrong, and who they should have put it instead. So we're going to start off with the Metro Division because that's who the list started with. So let's jump right into it. We've got Sid the Kid for the, the Pittsburgh Penguins. I was going to say the Pennsylvania Penguins. That actually kind of sounds cool. Anyways, so Sid the Kid is the right choice. I mean, who else are you going to pick on the team? Not Malkin this year, not Gensel this year, not Letang this year, not Jari. Sid the Kid's the answer. There's just no one else on the team. So Sid the Kid, good job, NHL. Good job. Now we've got the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, they picked Johnny Gaudreau, and I was hoping before the start of this season that Gaudreau, of course, probably be the leading guy for it, but I was hoping a guy like Jack Roslovic could jump up there, but obviously that hasn't happened. So Johnny Hockey is the right choice. Good job for them. But then we've got the Philadelphia Flyers, where they have selected Kevin Hayes. It is just a strange choice. Why Kevin Hayes? He's not a bad choice. He's second on the team in points. But in front of him, I don't know, was it last year's All-Stars or whatever year, is Travis Konecny, who leads the team in not just points, but in goals as well, which is the more fascinating thing. He doubles Kevin Hayes in goals, and he's got 5 more points than Kevin Hayes and leads the team. Why didn't they pick him? Like, who cares about Kevin Hayes other than, like, Spit and Chicklets fans? Like, Kevin Hayes, he's a boring guy. Travis Konecny, I mean, he's even got a meme, the weird face that he makes, whatever, when he was making fun of, the guy, Austin Watson or whatever. Like, why not Konecny? Why? Like, he is the all-star for that team. You can even say maybe Tony DeAngelo. I mean, probably they would never select him, but he's definitely more of an all-star than Kevin Hayes. Like, Kevin Hayes is not an all-star. He is just a hockey player that is having a good season. Big deal. So, Konechny's the right choice. And then we've got the Devils. Jack Hughes is the right choice. And I know they're going to do there's going to be one more round of voting. And I think the Devils should get one more guy from the team. I would say Jack Hughes is the right choice for the number 1. But number 2, you got to go with Jesper Bratt. You've got to go with Heischer. So kind of whoever you want to pick your poison there. I mean, you could even go Hamilton even. So I think Jack Hughes is the right choice, but I think the Devils deserve to get one of the extra bonus players to go in. And then we've got the New York Islanders, and they have selected Brock Nelson. Like, who cares about Brock Nelson? The guy's 31, but he looks 79. This is the stupidest choice I've ever seen. This is a Kevin Hayes choice, where I understand, I'm just going to jump ahead here, to a guy like Svechnikov, right? He might not lead the team in points, he might not be this team's all-star this season, but he's got the name value, you know, and he was the one that brought back the Michigan in the first place. I get it, why Svechnikov is the choice, but Brock Nelson and Kevin Hayes? Who even cares about these guys? For one, they don't even lead the team in points like Matty Barzal does. You know, the guy that outskated Connor McDavid a couple years ago in the competition. We could see that rematch. Who the hell cares about old 97-year-old Brock Nelson, who looks like he should be retired by now? I never knew what his age was, but I always saw his picture, right? And I always thought, okay, this is an old guy. He's going to retire soon. But each season he keeps playing, and then I finally realized, like 2 years ago, I was like, what? He's 29? I'm like, what? This guy looks 99 years old. I mean, it's ridiculous why they chose him over Matty Barzal. Nelson he's a good hockey player. No, that's not what I'm saying. He's not a bad hockey player. But he is not an all-star. And the all-star is already a ridiculous thing that the NHL does. But Barzal, he is the all-star of the Islanders. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Moving on to Ovechkin and the Capitals. I mean, who else are you going to choose? Now, I think Ovechkin, didn't he decide not to go one of the years? So I think if he decides not to go, his replacement probably would be Kuznetsov. He's second on the team. But then an interesting one, third on the team, is Dylan Strome. So That'd be an interesting thing if Dylan Strome ends up being the all-star for the Capitals. So Ovi, obvious. They can't pick anyone else. And then we got, as I said already, Svechnikov is fine. But why didn't they choose Aho? Why didn't they choose Martin Necas? Why didn't they choose Pyotr Kochetkov? And why not Brent Burns even? I think Carolina needs to be one of the Metropolitans' double guys. Well, actually, no. I think there's 3 teams that deserve it. Actually, I guess there's a lot of teams that deserve it. But really, the Islanders and the Carolina Hurricanes, they got a lot of good guys. And Svechnikov, I get why they brought him instead of another guy. But he's like 3rd on the team in points behind Aho and Necas. It's just weird. And Kochetkov is in his rookie season, and he was 2nd in goals against average and save percentage for goaltenders. And Brent Burns is already at 28 points Brent Burns shouldn't go, but he's a good defenseman nonetheless. So it's just it makes sense. I get why they chose him, but it's just like they could have chose anybody else. So it's whatever, I guess. And then we've got the weird one to me, Igor Shesterkin. Great goaltender. But this year? I mean, I get the name value still there from last season, but this isn't the same Shesterkin from last year. Like, why did they choose him? Why didn't they choose? I mean, it's obviously, Zibanejad, Panarin, Fox. I mean, like, why? It doesn't make any sense to me why they chose Shesterkin. And I have a feeling that maybe what it is that the NHL is hoping and they want the Rangers to have like a big turnout. And I'm thinking what they are hoping for is that there's a lot of Rangers fans and they're going to go in there, and a lot of people like my grandmother who like guys like Panarin and Zibanejad and will go on and vote. And for teams like let's go with the Hurricanes. They don't care if they get it. They wanted Svechnikov to be there, so they put him in. They didn't want the chance of Aho, who isn't a big draw. I mean, people like Aho, but he's not a big name value like Svechnikov, where he could do something crazy at the All-Star game, or a guy like Martin Necas. And I think maybe for the Rangers, for the NHL, they're hoping that if they bring in Shesterkin, who's got that name value, but so does Panarin and Zibanejad, but they're trying to build Shesterkin up as like the next big goaltender. Maybe it's just them trying to be a marketing team that they're hoping and crossing their fingers that the last minute voting by the fans are going to bring in Zibanejad and Panarin, and the Rangers have a big turnout. That's just what I'm thinking. It kind of doesn't make sense, but it's also weird that they chose Shesterkin this year. I mean, last year, 100% agree, he was the all-star goaltender last year, but this year, he's barely cracking the top 10 of goals against average or save percentage, whichever one. So it's just a strange pick to me. And it really just doesn't make any sense. I just got to be honest. So that's what I'm thinking, is that it's a marketing thing. What the hell the deal with the Flyers and the Islanders, though, is a whole other thing. I just don't get it, period. But that is all I have to say. And I guess, it's just strange. It's just weird. So I'm going to do the Atlantic Division next, and if you're looking forward to that, make sure you pick up your free subscription down below by hitting that red subscribe button. If you liked this video, leave a like, not a dislike, but go down below to the comment section and tell me how stupid I am and how Brock Nelson is clearly the superstar of the New York Islanders and how Kevin Hayes is 10 times better than Travis Konechny, and I'm just an absolute stupid idiot. So tell me all that down below, and until next time, thank you for watching this. I have been your best bout machine dressed Owen. Too sweet, and ta-ta for now. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to do the fun thing. I must bid you adieu. So good day, and good night. Bang.